Like you're going to build a wall. You're really going to do this? Like, how much is this going to cost? How many times you going to go to Home Depot? Like, how big is this thing going to be?
Does a president even matter if nothing changes? Inflation rises, immigration persists, and Americans grow poorer every year. But there is someone who is coming into power who delivers on their promise, even when he's not in office. Because he didn't just build his wall, he institutionalized it with Biden legislating it for him.
None of it made sense. Like, this guy's saying he's going to build a wall from California to like El Paso, Texas. Like, dude, I've done that drive. That's like a 2-day drive, 85 miles an hour. Like, like you're going to build a wall. You're really going to do this? Like,
because what's more threatening, being unable to cross the border or being told to leave after building a life? Roots planted, children growing up, English your only fluent language. What then? As Biden leaves the American office, bidding farewell, his deportation numbers outpace even Obama's, and yes, more than Trump's. Trump's genius lies in knowing people don't want to be informed, they want to feel informed.
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Or as Roger Ailes said, you don't have to be accurate, you just have to sound certain.
Who's going to pay for the wall? 100%. By the way, 100%.
Because when Trump promises, Trump delivers.
General Washington.
Sit, please. We need your strength for the fight ahead. We fight for a country of our own, a new nation.
On May 22nd, 1782, during the Revolutionary War's final stages, General George Washington received a proposal from Colonel Louis Nicola. Make yourself king. Washington responded the same day. No incident in the course of the war triggers more painful feelings than your message, that such ideas are circulating in the army as you expressed it. America avoided its first king because a man understood the principles for which he had fought so many bloody battles: to preside over his land, not reign over it.
For our new nation, we will have rulers with two sets of numbers, inches on one side, centimeters on the other.
So we can see where they line up.
Yes, except that they don't line up and they never will.
The term president comes from the Latin presidiens, one who presides, not rules, not reigns, presides. Washington left office after 2 terms, setting a tradition that would outlast 46 other presidents, including Trump, and birthed the idea of a self-induced soft coup, where an administration leaves with its leaders, but its institutions remain, brick by brick, law by law. But here's the catch. Presidents come and go, yet their decisions linger. Policies don't pack their bags, they outstay their welcome, like the political equivalent of a self-induced booze binge. Decisions made in one administration are legislated as political hangover law into the next. But who America votes for always starts before the ballot box. It starts with the media they consume.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks! 10, 5, 4, 3.
During the California Gold Rush of 1849, Levi Strauss saw an opportunity. He didn't mine for gold. He sold suppliers to miners. Wheelbarrows, tents, jeans. That's why we know his name to this day. And as the saying emerged, you can mine for gold or you can sell pickaxes. And I'd like to introduce you to Roger Ailes.
So Fox News has a secret formula, and we're never going to tell anybody what it is. So that's it. I learned a lot from Colonel Sanders.
Who didn't just sell pickaxes, he sold gold, and Americans bought it one primetime slot at a time. The goal? To mine gold from America's culture wars while selling pickaxes to voters. Ailes didn't just build a media empire, he built a propaganda machine. Roger understood how media can be used and how it's consumed. In 1996, Ailes launched Fox News under the slogan, "Fair and Balanced." But before Ailes began at Fox News, he was a media advisor to Nixon, and after watching Watergate, he began planting the seeds of a media empire to ensure no sitting president would be ousted from within. Fair and balanced. A good example of Ailes' ingenuity can be traced to The Triumph of the Wills by Leni Riefenstahl. This propaganda film opens with Hitler descending from a plane to save Germany from its enemies. It established a visual template for authoritarian messaging. When Trump was seeking his first term, he was advised by Ailes to descend on the American people, literally via elevator, presenting himself as a savior. His most memorable slogan,
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice.
as advised by Roger Ailes. How can we even think of reform when the enemy is always at the gate? Asked Timothy Snyder in his most seminal work on tyranny. Trump found the enemy and made the wall inevitable.
I love Cubans because y'all turn into conservative Republicans immediately after getting to America. Like, how? Hey, we need a system, we need law, What? My foot dry! I'm American now, feel it, touch it, tócalo, touch it. I'm not like you, I'm dry foot, you wet back, that's different, I'm dry.
Raul Rodriguez dedicated over 2 decades of his life to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. By his own account, he helped deport thousands of people, first with the Immigration and Naturalization Service and later under Customs and Border Protection. Sometimes he processed individuals re-entering the United States. He recognized faces, former co-workers from a Texas furniture factory where he had once worked as a security guard. The job was personal, but detached. He told himself, "Leave your heart at home." He voted for Trump, a man who echoed his belief in order, discipline, and duty. Rodriguez followed orders, and then Rodriguez learned he was not born in America. He was undocumented. In Trump's first term, Raul Rodriguez, the loyal officer who had helped enforce America's immigration laws with an iron will, was deported. Rodriguez was deported not just an immigrant, but as a loyal cog in the very system he upheld.
Look around. Strongman politics are ascendant, suddenly, whereby elections and some pretense of democracy are maintained, the form of it, but those in power seek to undermine every institution or norm that gives democracy meaning.
Usually, strongman governments thrive on loyalty, but loyalty alone demands a cost. When loyalty supersedes expertise, the best and the brightest are often lost.
President Trump's new chief of staff needed less than a day to show his authority. Retired General John Kelly told White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci to get out.
Trump had delivered on his promise, even to one of his own, showing Rodriguez the same door thousands of others had walked through before. And just as Rodriguez had done so many times, he made sure the door was firmly shut behind him. Modern ICE was born under Bush, expanded by Obama, and weaponized by Trump through Biden. Policies that had begun as a blunt force tool became a scalpel under Trump, cutting deeper and sharper, and even Biden couldn't escape Trump's legacy.
Long ago, in New York Harbor, an ironworker installed beam after beam, day after day.
In his farewell address, Biden spoke of the Statue of Liberty's broken chain, a symbol of freedom and liberation from oppression.
Like America, the Statue of Liberty is not standing still. Her foot literally steps forward atop a broken chain of human bondage. She's on the march, and she literally moves. She was built to sway back and forth to withstand the fury of stormy weather, to stand the test of time because storms are always coming. She sways a few inches, but she never falls into the current below.
But as deportation numbers climb, what does that chain represent? Does it still stand for freedom, or has it been a relic of ideals we no longer uphold? St. Reagan once said,
You can go to live in France, but you cannot become a Frenchman. You can go to live in Germany or Turkey or Japan, but you cannot become a German, a Turk, or Japanese. But anyone from any corner of the earth can come to live in America and become an American.
If we close the door to new Americans, our leadership will be lost. Yet here we are, slamming those doors shut and calling it progress. Trump promised a fortress and America delivered. But at what cost?
Communist troops from North Vietnam sent the Vietnamese from the South scrambling. More than 50,000 refugees would later arrive in San Diego, where they were bused to Camp Pendleton.
The Statue of Liberty's broken chain once symbolized freedom, but it now feels like a fracture in America's identity, a nation that claims to welcome the tired and the poor, yet bleeds away at its future's best and brightest.
30,000 Afghans are expected to settle in the United States within the coming weeks. Some are already in Texas.
Americans often forget the enduring weight of their vote. Decisions seep into the soil of the land, shaping the lives of citizens long before the leaders who have made them have left. President may preside for only a term or two, but the policies they implement don't simply disappear. They evolve, fester, and become intertwined with the nation's fabric.
It was a special day for 50 former refugees today. The group was sworn in as U.S. citizens at a ceremony at the Sacramento Public Library. This group gathered that included immigrants from around the world, including Uzbekistan and Afghanistan as well.
But this fabric, woven by generations of immigrants, is now being slashed apart by the scalpel of exclusionary policies. Each precise cut, made in the name of security, tears at the threads that bind us together. And in our eagerness to serve what we're told are threats, we've forgotten how to mend. America, the land of the free, is bleeding, and the wound self-inflicted. Because when Trump promises, Trump delivers.
They believe in the American dream, and over they make it come true for themselves, for their children, and for others. They give more than they receive, they labor and succeed, and often they are entrepreneurs. But their greatest contribution is more than economic, because they understand in a special way how glorious it is to be an American. They renew our pride and gratitude in the United States of America, the greatest, freest nation in the world, the last best hope of man on earth.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Toma dia! Aqui, mano!